This is the first time that you have really been able to speak out and say pretty much anything you wanted to say. Is there something that you particularly do want to say at this point?
Yes. I waited a long time to be able to express to the country how very sorry I am for my part in this past year's ordeal.
This interview in 1999 drew the highest ratings ever for a news program on a single network before or since, and was just one of Barbara Walters' groundbreaking achievements in TV. She also made history as the first woman co-host of the network evening news and morning shows.
We're talking to the author of a new biography, The Rule Breaker, The Life and Times of Barbara Walters. Susan Page is the Washington Bureau Chief at USA Today, and she joins us this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Great to be with you.
It seems strange to talk about a time where there really were no women in news. How was she able to break through?
She was relentless. She just ignored the rules that said a woman couldn't do serious interviews, the rules that said viewers would never accept a woman's voice as authoritative enough. Also, the rule that women could not be paid as much as men. She blew that out of the water with her $1 million salary when she went to ABC.
She had a lot of dissent, though, from what I'm hearing from your book, with other female journalists like Diane Sawyer. They normally, battled it out for interviews. And also this story about her first big interview with Fidel Castro. She actually kind of stole from Andrea Mitchell. Is that right?
Well, not her first interview, but her second interview with Castro was one that she maneuvered Andrea Mitchell out from. There was a shortage of sisterhood in these days of television news. I think a lot of women felt that other women were not potential allies. They were rivals, that there was space for maybe one woman on a show. There certainly wasn't going to be space for two. So, I think we're fortunate that women in broadcasting are still pretty competitive, don't get me wrong, but there's some of that edge that really marked Barbara Walters' time has eased.
What was different about her interviews? Was there anything different that she did, as a woman or a woman's perspective that was different?
She, she used every tool in her toolbox. She could be, for instance, pretty flirtatious with men. That's one of the things that made some women in journalism cringe a little. But she was meticulously prepared. You showed that Monica Lewinsky, a clip from that Monica Lewinsky interview. She spent months brainstorming with her team about what questions to ask, how to phrase them, what order to put them in. And she really, in that interview and others, delivered a master class in how to do an interview with a celebrity.
I remember all these Barbara Walters interviews with celebrities where they'd always talk about, oh, Barbara's going to make me cry. But some of these interviews over time, are they holding up, or are some of her probing questions a little inappropriate now looking back?
Some of the interviews hold up really well, but you're exactly right. Some of her interviews, especially I think with younger people, look like things that we would probably not do today. Brooke Shields, for instance, was 15 years old and a model when Barbara Walters interviewed her and asked kind of sexualized questions that I think would not be seen as appropriate today. And Brooke Shields has said as an adult that how uncomfortable she felt and how she didn't know quite what was going on. So yes, some of the interviews hold up great, and some of them raise some questions, for sure.
What did she think about Gilda Radner's impersonation of her?
It hurt her feelings. She had this speech anomaly. She had gone to voice coaches. They had been unable to correct it. And then this joke was being made, Baba Wawa. We all remember that. But I'll tell you one thing she did. When Gilda Radner died quite young of cancer, Barbara Walters sent a sympathy note to her widower, Gene Wilder, and she signed it Baba Wawa.
Oh. Wow. Talk a little bit about her family and the relationship she had with her parents and also her daughter.
Yeah, she had this great impresario father, very mercurial, Lou Walters, founder of the Latin Quarter, a famous nightclub in New York. But he was a gambler. They would have $1 million and live in a penthouse, and then they would be broke. And if you've got kids, that's really not the recipe to raise secure children. Her mother was always unhappy. Her sister was disabled. And it was when Barbara realized her father attempted suicide she was 28 years old. it was at that moment that Barbara knew she had to get her act together and support her family, because it was going to be her responsibility. And then she also had a sometimes difficult relationship with her own daughter, her adopted daughter, with whom she had periods of estrangement, although they eventually reconciled.
Well, the book is The Rule Breaker, The Life and Times of Barbara Walters. You can get more information at SusanPageDC.com. Follow her on X. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Susan.
Hey, thank you.